Well, you guessed it right. I'm back in the woods. I just couldn't stay out any longer. I haven't had a chance to get out for a hike for a while because of fishing, and had a lot going on. You know what? It's been a busy couple months. And got a bunch of friggin' boat repairs to do, and I had some young guys to take fishing. I had family here from Arizona to take fishing, and it's all good though. Being busy is good. I love it. But I needed to get back out. For a hike for several reasons. Number one, I can only handle so many days in town around a ton of people, dealing with a bunch of bullshit at work and whatnot. So that's one of the reasons. And then the other reason is sheep hunting is sneaking up on me. I've got a stone sheep hunt planned. And moose and caribou. And I gotta get in shape. I stay in pretty decent shape throughout the winter and fall and winter. And And generally I stay in pretty decent shape all year, but sheep hunting is a real chore. So I got to get myself in good shape. So I'm going to start doing as many hikes again as I can. Hopefully on days like today where it's a tiny bit cooler than normal. Tiny bit cooler than normal, and keeps the bugs down a little bit. Because you all just freaking know how much I love bugs, right? Even now it's like 6:15 in the morning. It's cooler, but it's still warm. And I don't know, it's probably like in the 15 degrees or something, which to me is hot. And but the bugs aren't too terribly bad, so I kind of hoping they stay that way. And what else? What else we got? Oh yeah, you love my shirt. Love my shirt. Guess who bought me that shirt? Mrs. Outlaw. She bought me that shirt. And don't get me wrong, I love people, just not all people. Right? Keep that circle small. Keep that circle small. This is thick bush in here. Holy shit. There's a lot of elk in this area here too. I've seen lots of signs since I've been in here. Haven't seen any elk yet. They're probably laying down. Too hot for them already. Just thought I heard a thump of an elk. So yeah, I've got to get ready for summer's not even over, and I got to get ready for hunting. How crazy is that? My God. But it's mid-July now, right? So time flies when you're having fun. What else can I chat about? So I've posted a few of those fishing videos. I've posted the one fishing video, well, a few now, but the last one I posted there with my family, with my two cousins' husbands, the ones from Arizona, Jimmy from Arizona, and Ian's from lower mainland of British Columbia. And I had them both out in the boat with me, and man, we had a great day. We got some nice halibut, had a great whale show. And then the next day I took out friends. My wife and I took out two friends of ours, very good friends of ours, and went and did just a sightseeing tour and some prawns and whatnot. But that day that we had the whale show, holy cow. That was so cool. That was so cool. Yeah, we've had some great days on the water. Everything's good with the boat, knock on wood. Knock on wood, we don't have any more problems. Had enough problems this year. And I'm going to be heading back out to the cabin here in about, I don't know, a few days. I'm going to head back out. And Steve and I are still trying to get our hiking together up to the lake. Up to the lake. My secret lake. We're trying to get up there to go for our hike in there and see if we can't get some action from our friends. So we're trying to do that. Steve, we had it kind of planned. So like, talk about not meant to be, right? So we had it planned, our adventure up there. I was at my cabin and Steve was out on his boat, he's not very far from me, about a half an hour boat ride from where I'm at. And we had it all set up and planned. And he was going out and I was going out. And what does he do? He steps on a nail. And he doesn't step on the pointy end of the nail. He steps on the flat end of the nail, punches a hole through his foot. It's all buggered up. So that put an end to those plans, immediate plans. So so we're still trying. We'll make it happen. Just have patience. We got to make sure Steve's good to go, that he's feeling better. that his foot's better, and then we got lots of time, right? I personally, I would sooner go in there in like September or something, or in the winter time, but we'll see. Like I say, I leave for sheep, and then I've got caribou and moose. Like come September 1st, holy shit, I am flat out. I'm flat out hunting until about mid-October. And then at that time, I got to come home, obviously, and get caught up on work a little bit. And then right after that, I'm planning on burning out for my alone trip again. My alone wilderness survival season 2. And that's going to be right around sometime around the end of October. And I don't know for how long. So I don't know. Anyways, Steve and I are going to make the trip happen, guaranteed. I'm going to take a break here. I'm going to take a break for a few minutes because I wanted to, oh man. I wanted to read you guys an email that I got from a friend of mine, really good friend of mine. So I wish I could memorize it, but it's a long email. So I'm just going to read the email to you off. I brought my tablet with me, so it's in my pack. I like to bring my tablet because then I can download from if I get too much footage on my camera, I can plug my camera right into my tablet and dump all my stuff on there and then keep filming, right? So anyways, Steve and I are going to make the trip happen. Don't know when. We'll figure it out. He's busy. He's guiding fishing charters right now, steady. He has a few days off here and there, and then of course then he gets ready for hunting. So we're, fall's a bad time for us, but it's a good time because that's when I love to be out in the bush and hiking and whatnot. And, but anyways, bear with us. We'll make it happen. I did get back in there one more time by myself to my lake, and yeah, it's pretty interesting spot. It's pretty cool. This spot is one of the major, if not, like I know for a fact it's one of the most major hot spots on the island for people encountering these beings, these people, whatever you want to call them. You know what? Call them whatever you want. Just don't call them a friggin' ape or a beast or a creature, okay? They are people. They're a people just like we are. They're just different than what we are. But anyways, call them what you want. So this is a pretty major hotspot. Definitely, as far as I'm concerned, the biggest hotspot on the island, and possibly one of the biggest hotspots in BC. And why? Don't know. There's a lot of theories. I don't know why, but anyways, it's a cool spot. There's been some crazy shit go on there over the quite a few years that I've gone in there. Is what it is. I'm still here, still kicking. Nothing got me yet, so I've said it before and I'll say it again. If my time comes for me to meet my maker, I want to do it right here. Right frickin', well, maybe not right here, but you know what I mean? Not right now, but in the bush, in the wilderness. Man, I've taken from the woods for so long, it's time I give back at some point in time. So when my time comes, take me right here, baby. Anyways, I'm going to get this camera set up, and then I want to just read you guys this email, and then I'm going to get my ass going before it gets too hot here. So when I go on these training hikes, I'll always start off light. Like, I almost always carry my day pack with me. Like, it's just like carrying your wallet to the store, right? I always carry my day pack. It doesn't have much in it, but it's got enough that if I got screwed up out here or hurt or lost or whatever, that I'm not going to die. So I always carry my day pack with me. And then when it gets to these, when it gets into that I'm training for hunting and starting to put on some miles and whatnot, then I'll start carrying my pack frame. I got a big aluminum pack frame with a bag on it. And I'll start carrying the pack frame with some weight in it. And then I'll keep adding rocks. I just use rocks, big rocks. I keep adding rocks into my pack frame. And I'll start with, right away, I'll start with probably 20 pounds. And then every week or two, I up it by 10 pounds. So I'll go 20, 30, 40, 50. And I'll try to get up to like around 70 pounds is kind of the weight that I'm looking for, because that's what I need to carry if I'm out, like if I'm out hunting. If I'm out hunting, I'm carrying like if I get a moose and I got to carry that moose out, I'm carrying well over 100 pounds, 100, sometimes 150. It's crazy. But like when I did my alone trip, I was packing, I think it was like 65 pounds or something that I had to carry. So I just keep adding weight until I get used to it, right? But God, it's actually quite nice out right now, you know? It's quite nice. The temperatures are half decent. And this tablet's a little sucker, so it's a little bit hard for me to see sometimes, but I'm gonna do my best. Couple things really quick. Again, anybody that knows me at all, my channel, if you watch my videos or whatever, sorry again, I'm friggin' always looking around me, especially after the shadows on that one video. I'm always looking. So apologize if I'm not looking at you. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, so anybody that knows me at all, you know I don't watch the news. Refuse. Won't watch it. I don't care what anybody says. I will not watch the news. And I don't want to talk much on this at all, but one of my subscribers who's become pretty tight with me, he emailed me whatever day, and I guess that was on Sunday he emailed me. I can't remember. I lose track of days as well. I'm gonna be buggered when I'm like 70, right? Frick, I'm not even gonna remember my name. Anyways, he emailed me. I saw the email when I got home. I think it was on a Sunday or whatever, and he said, dude, did you hear the news that Trump was shot? Assassination attempt. And I just was like, holy shit, you got to be kidding me. And I responded to him. He goes, no, it's blah, blah, blah. This is what happened. So, of course, then I had to check it out. So I'll use like Apple News or whatever, go on there or whatever. I won't turn the TV on, but I went on Apple News, whatever it was, and I looked and I was like blown away. Couldn't believe it. So yeah, crazy times, I imagine. You know what? It's crazy frickin' times everywhere in the world right now. But I imagine it's probably even crazier times right now down in the US. So to all of my friends in the US, my blessings are with you. And you know what? Just keep your head on straight, one foot in front of the other, and take it as it comes. That's all you can do. You know what? You take it as it comes. So anyways, I was pretty blown away by that. And yeah, I don't know. There's some pretty, pardon the language, but there's some pretty fucked up people out there. So anyhow, enough on that. I want to read you guys this email real quick. If I can find the email. Do I have the email or do I not have the email? Let me see. Don't tell me I came all the way out here with this stupid damn thing and I don't have the damn email. All right, I found it. I just forgot where I put it. Told you I'm going to be screwed when I'm 70. Won't remember nothing. Anyways, this is from a buddy of mine that I've known a long time, and he frequents a lot of the same areas as I do. He hunts a little bit, he fishes a little bit, doesn't really hike or anything like that, but he does hunt and fish. Not quite as much as I do, but anyways, he goes to the same areas as I go to. So he sent me this email, so I'll just read it to you guys. Hey buddy, hope you're doing good and getting lots of fish. You must be getting ready for hunting now too, eh? September's coming quick. I've been trying to watch some more of your videos, but I've been really busy dealing with the kids, you know what that's like. I watched the video you made of your hike up to that other lake. I recognize that lake from anywhere. Used to go up there a fair bit myself, but I can't do it anymore. Too steep. keep that location to yourself as well. I've seen them up there many times over the years. I also watched the short videos of the shadow behind you. Did you not feel they were there? Did you not feel they were there? I've seen that exact same thing up at blank lake, my secret lake. I've seen that same thing up at blank lake a few times. Just a shadow in the trees. Sometimes noise, sometimes no noise. A few years ago, before the road was deactivated, I was in there trying to get a bear for winter, and I was sitting on a game trail just up off the river 100 yards or so, waiting for a bear to stroll by. I heard something walking, and I could hear the deep breathing. It was breaking the odd branch too. I knew pretty much right away that it wasn't a bear. It was too heavy and loud. I was watching the direction it was coming from and saw a dark figure. And I knew right away it was one of them. And then I saw a second one right behind it. They weren't clear. They were very dark shadows. Sort of like what you videoed. I think obviously he's talking about, I didn't see the dark shadow behind me on that hike I was on. They both went behind a big cedar and it went quiet. I stared at the tree, and after a bit, one of them peeked out from behind the tree and looked right at me. Now he was clear as day, not blurry. I only saw half its head and one eye, and then it quickly ducked behind the tree again. It did this 2 more times at different levels up the tree, but there was no sound at all. After a few minutes, I got up and started walking away, and I could see the back side of the cedar, and there was nothing there. They vanished. Here's what I think, Bud. Sorry, he's not a great writer. Here's what I think, Bud, the deal is. They allow themselves to be seen by people they choose. I've said this before to you. They know they can trust you and that you're a solid man that will not try to harm them. Not that you could if you wanted to. They are willing to coexist with you, and as I said to you before, you can coexist with them. They will not hurt you. You need to be more worried about the damn bears. They like your scent, apparently. He knows my stories with the bears. Being charged and almost killed by the bears. He knows all about it. Anyways, don't worry about them. Not that much scares you out there anymore anyways. I know nothing will keep you out of the woods, buddy. Keep doing your thing. See you soon. Yeah, pretty cool. A lot of this stuff I already know from him. Him and I have talked about these people a few times. So a lot of this stuff I know, but pretty cool on the whole shadow thing because no, I didn't. Like he asked me, did you not feel anything? I didn't. My senses are usually ultra alert when I'm out in the bush, right? My senses are keen. My hearing's keen. I have a really good sixth sense. Always have. But I never felt nothing. The wind was blowing, never heard nothing, but I never felt nothing. I never felt like I feel like I do right now. So I don't know if that really means anything, do you feel anything? I don't know. And yeah, he's told me before, don't worry about this. Don't worry about these things, these people. They're there, they're doing their thing. You're there, you're doing your thing. And I think he's 100% right. There's nothing you could do to harm them. That's my opinion. I'm just giving you guys my opinion, okay? Don't jump down my throat for, oh, how do you know this? How do you know that? I don't know a damn thing. I know a few things, okay? I know these people exist. I know they're still out there. And do I feel like I can do my thing and coexist? 100% I do. Because I've spent so many nights out in the bush in the middle of freaking nowhere, completely alone, with nothing more than a tarp. Sometimes have a fire, sometimes no fire. I've spent weeks and weeks out in the bush alone, just living off the land. And I'm still here. I'm unscathed, right? So yeah, I totally believe that I can coexist, and I think a lot of people, I think people can just in general coexist. But anyways, I just thought it was a pretty cool email. He's a good buddy, and it's funny, you know, I remember Steve saying like he never talks about this with people very like in public or whatever, and neither do I. Very, very rarely do I ever bring this topic up, but if people bring it up to me, I'll talk about it for sure. And I mentioned to Steve last time that him and I were together, I had a good friend of mine. I did a fishing trip a while ago. I threw some video up of that a long time ago. Did a fishing trip a while ago, and I had two buddies with me, and my one buddy is my good hunting partner, and the other buddy is a good friend of ours. We're just sitting around the campfire one night having a beer, and whatever, he might have seen I'm sure he had seen some of my YouTube videos, and we're sitting around the campfire having a beer, and he goes, so, like, you believe in the Sasquatch, Bigfoot, right? And I'm like, oh yeah, 100%. And he starts asking me questions. And so I looked at him, and you know, he's showing interest, true, genuine interest. And this guy's a super, super ultra educated man. Very, very educated, very, I don't want to say what his job is. Kind of like psychologist type, counseling, psychology type work, like really, really smart. And he's always been that way. So I've got a lot of respect for the guy. But anyways, he's asked me these questions. I'm giving him answers. So I look at him, I go, do you believe in him? And he goes, oh yeah, I'm totally open to it. He goes, I've never seen one or heard one or whatever. He goes, I don't spend time in the woods like you do. But he goes, yeah, I know, I'm totally open to it. He goes, I could totally see that these people would exist. And I just thought that was kind of cool, you know, but he said a lot of other stuff that was pretty intriguing to me. And then another buddy of mine, him and his wife, we were sitting around a campfire one night, and he works for, I'm just going to say that I'm not going to say too much about him, but he's military, sort of higher level military, and his wife is very much into the subject. And so her and I, three of us were sitting side by side. So her and I started talking, but she was asking me questions. She saw a bunch of the videos, and she was asking me questions, and I'm just like, okay, well, as always, I know this for a fact, and this is my opinion on that, and this is my opinion on that. And I asked her, what do you think? Well, I don't know, but I believe in these things, and I believe in these people or whatever. And then I kind of looked at my buddy, and I said to him, I go, what about you? She believes in them, do you? And he just looks at me and goes, oh yeah, I do. And I kind of went, enough said. That was it. End of conversation. He never said any more, but I just knew that, I don't know. He very quickly responded, yes, he believes in them. Why? I don't know. Is there something with the military that he knows? I don't know. He would never say probably, but anyways, I just thought that was kind of cool. So, but I'm very similar to Steve. It's just not something you just openly talk about. Hey, yeah, saw a Bigfoot the other day. Have you ever seen one? People think you're friggin' nuts. A lot of people. But anyways, enough on that. The bugs are starting to get bad. I just wanted to read you that email. I got to go put some miles on sweat, get rid of some of that lucky logger belly, and get into sheep shape. So just wanted to do this quick one. And what else we got coming up? Steve and I are I'm gonna go see Steve tomorrow. Steve and I are gonna just have a bullshit tomorrow, and then try to get something planned out maybe before the end of summer. We'll see what happens. And then what do we got? I'm heading away to my cabin, do a couple of days of fishing, back for 4 days, and then I'm heading away for about a week. Another week up there, do some more fishing, some hiking, whatnot. So hopefully get a bunch more good footage for you guys there. Looks like everybody really enjoyed the last fishing video with the whales and whatnot. So so yeah, hopefully get out and do some more of that. Thanks to everybody that's emailed in. Got a question, comment, something to share with me, you know, whatever, publicly, privately, whatever you want, email me, outlawcountry1896@gmail.com. And I promise you I'll respond. Might take me a little while, but I will respond to you. I'll get back to you. So fire me an email, got any questions, anything you want to share. Thanks to everybody that's done so. Thanks to all the friggin' amazing subscribers. You guys are awesome. I just can't believe the support on this channel. Way beyond my wildest dreams. And thanks to those people with, again, I've had a few now of those people with the super thanks. Remember, I didn't know what that was. I'm getting better at YouTube. I'm getting better at understanding YouTube and videos and all that kind of shit. I'm getting a bit better at it, but I didn't understand. I didn't know what the super thanks was until I sort of Googled it. And, but anyways, thanks to those people. Again, you guys, nobody needs to do that, but thank you very much to those that did. And thank you just as much to those that don't. Like, just you watching the videos and commenting and giving a thumbs up and stuff. That's huge to me. That shows that you're interested. And yeah, I'm saving up, man. I'm saving up. I want to buy a new camera. Because my camera is almost one of those cameras that you have to wind up like this as you're filming. It's friggin' old. I've had this camera since 2000. It's 24 years old. It's all right, but I want to get a new camera that I can pack out in the woods with me. Something that's a little bit smaller, lighter, and something that can film more, like more duration. Because I can only film for a little while, and I got to dump it onto a tablet or dump it onto a card or whatever. So anyways, I'm saving up for a new camera, and that'll happen soon, maybe. Anyways, thanks to everybody. I hope everybody is safe. I hope you're doing stuff that brings you joy. I hope you're doing something that makes you happy. And if you're unable to, you know, if being out in the woods, going for a hike, seeing nature, whatever, if that brings you joy and makes you happy, and you're unable to do that, and you're watching this to get that, to feel that fulfillment and to enjoy that, God bless you. And I'm going to keep doing it for you. So anyways, be safe, everyone. It's crazy times out there, and we'll talk to you all soon. All right? Okay, I'm out of here. Got to go hike. Later. Jesus, it's only... I hope that's not a helicopter heading to a forest fire. They've put a complete fire ban on all of British Columbia right now, I believe. Complete outdoor fire ban because it's so, listen to it, so dry. Jesus, I keep hearing like a thumping sound. It's probably just the ground. It's so dry. They put a fire ban on everywhere, so I'm just terrified of forest fires right now. It's the worst time of the year for forest fires, and it's warming up big time. So I've been sweating my ass off, so I'm gonna call her a day, get the hell out of here, and go soak myself with a garden hose or something, because it's hot. God, I can't wait for summer to be over. It's funny, me and Mrs. Outlaw, every other day we come home from work and it's super hot, and I come home and I'm like, oh my God, I can't wait for summer to be over. And she's like, me too, this is crap. We like summer, but it's too long. We like the change of the seasons, and both her and I are ready for summer to be over. Let me tell you, bring on the cold. Whew. Okay, I'm gonna try to make my way to the road here, and we'll see y'all later. Okay, I'm out of here. Later.